Alrighty, we're going to move into our next topic. It's Ukrainian startup ecosystem and early investment opportunities. And who we have speaking on this topic is Mr. Ihor Markevich, the head of projects and programs of the Ukrainian Startup Fund. Ihor Markevich is actually a member of the committee that planned this event. The Ukrainian Startup Fund is the only state-owned agency that connects all startups under one roof and creates a unique ecosystem of collaboration, support, and enablement. Ihor has just returned from the Web Summit in Portugal, the largest innovation and tech conference in the world, and now he is with us today presenting the Ukrainian startup ecosystem and early investment opportunities to you. Thank you for your time, and please welcome Ihor.
Hello, hello. So, I always like to be the last in the agenda because here is the best audience ever, divided into two main streams. Those who are really interested in the topic and those who are afraid to skip the party. So, thanks that you are here. Thanks that you are the best audience ever. And now we will move to the presentation. So, hello everyone, I'm Ihor. I'm from Kyiv, Ukraine. And here you can see the picture of the Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Look at the windows. So, here the picture of Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, and look at the windows, there is no light. Normally, there can be people, they can walk, sit in the cafes, doing their own business, but instead, they are inside the houses with no electricity. And you know what? They hack the system. They are making small, talented Ukrainians. Because talented people are the main resource of Ukraine. The other picture is the girl from the liberated region of Kherson. What do you think about the emotions? Maybe she is sad? Maybe afraid? I think no. Angry? Yes, for sure. And we convert that emotions into actions. We have the worldwide Ukrainian hackathon to solve all these challenges that we face during 9 months of active phase of war.
Дія людини і держави має бути максимально зручною. Це вже точно початок нової реальності.
No books, no instructions, no well-worn roads. So you make one by walking. For the first time ever, you slay propaganda constantly. You disclose war criminals in seconds. You keep the country thriving in digital. For the first time ever, you give people weapons. And people take them. They hack, code, go guerrilla, create. Millions unite around the fight, even Musk. And now you have the biggest army ever.
So, despite the rockets, despite the bombs, the missiles, we still have time to fight on two battlefields, the economic and the real battlefield. Here you can see our great initiative, the army of drones. What we are doing? We have three main streams. We are buying drones. We are teaching pilots to be the pilots of drones. And we try to manufacture drones in Ukraine. Not only those that are flying, but also those that are swimming. And this is the great initiative of President of Ukraine, of Ministry of Digital Transformation, several military forces, and Ministry of Defense, and so on. And it's really easy to join this initiative. You can open the United 24 page and donate any money or donate your own drone to serve as the part of our Ukrainian military forces. The other initiative is IT Army. And actually, it's the biggest army ever. Everyone with a laptop can join the IT Army. You can be there 1 hour hacking the website of Roscosmos. You can be there for 9 months hacking all the resources of this regime. But you can serve at the part of Ukrainian army, at the part of IT Army. It's really easy. You can join the Telegram channel and become the soldier. Soldier with no any weapon, but with laptop. And this weapon is the best in the world in this new kind of war. But besides the battlefield, we have the economic battlefield. And actually, this number is the number showcasing the growth of Ukrainian IT industry. 13% in comparison with the previous period of previous year. So the number of growth of Ukrainian IT industry and startup industry, 13%, despite of war, despite of bombs, missiles, and so on. And how can we have such numbers, how our IT industry, our tech ecosystem can grow? Everything because of the main resource of Ukraine, talented people, talented tech guys, talented tech people. Here you can see some numbers, and now we are #1 among European countries for the number of tech graduates. We have really great tech graduates in Ukraine, and they become great developers, working worldwide for different companies from Fortune 500. Everyone wants to get Ukrainian developer to work as a part of the team, the part of the company. And Ukraine gave birth to many talented startups. Here you can see some of them. For example, Grammarly, with the office in Canada, in Vancouver. It's Ukrainian startup. The Decacorn, one of the most popular Ukrainian startups. The Americans are proud of this startup, but it's originally Ukrainian startup. Here you can also see the Unstoppable Domain and AirSlate. These two startups are very special because they become unicorns during the wartime. 2 Ukrainian startups become unicorns during the war. In CEE region, Central and Eastern Europe, there are 8 new unicorns, and 2 of them are from Ukraine. And it's the great amount of unicorns in such circumstances and conditions. Also, you can see here the Esper Bionics, the startup that you can find on the latest cover of Times Magazine. The Ukrainian startup producing biotech, producing the bionic prothese. And what is happening now with the startups in Ukraine? We conduct the survey. We ask a lot of startups what they are doing, how is the situation. And here you can see some results. We're always afraid that because of war, we will have the brain drain. A lot of startups will go abroad. A lot of startups will relocate. But here you can see that 76% of all the startups are still in Ukraine. Almost 80% of Ukrainian startups. They believe in Ukrainian military forces. They are now in Ukraine, even with no electricity, with no water, and so on, but they are still working and developing their products. And also we can find another interesting number, 78%, they don't want to move abroad. They want to stay in Ukraine. Another chart, we asked the teams how much had the size of the team changed since the war began. And look, the biggest column, 43% of startups remain the same. They save the teams, almost half of all the startups, during the war. 9 months of war. And you can see even 7%, they increase the teams up to half of the situation before the war. And one more chart. It's about the needs of Ukrainian startups. Here you can find how long can startups continue operation without revenues or new investments. They can survive 30%, 10%, 5%. They can, but they extremely need money. Not like a grants or donations. They need investments. They need new markets. They have products to sell. They have incredible products. They have great teams that showcase their resilience, that prove that they are brave enough to be a great startup. And now it's the turn to invest into the startups. It's your turn to buy Ukrainian products, to have Ukrainian software, to deal with any Ukrainian startup. And now about Ukrainian Startup Fund, the organization I'm representing. This is the one-in-kind state-owned enterprise focusing on supporting early-stage Ukrainian startups. Our activity starts in 2019, and during 3 years, we take care of Ukrainian startups. Before 24th of February, we had 3 main programs. The program that is focused on grant support of Ukrainian startups. We provide 25K grants to pre-seed startups, 50K US dollars for seed startups. And during 3 years of our activity, we granted more than 250 startups for the total amount, 6.5 million US dollars. It's a great number for Ukraine, and this is the only case when the state support the startups and innovative products for such a great amount. But for now, this program is stopped. We also had the program on acceleration. We provide startups with the grants 10K, up to 10K US dollars to pay for the services of the famous international accelerators. Among them, 500 Global, among them Wise Guys, and several more famous accelerators. But also, for now, this program is stopped. But now we have 2 active programs. One of them is Innovative Voucher Program. During the wartime, we have arranged 10 delegations to the major tech events worldwide, including Web Summit, including TechCrunch, including Collision in Canada, with no single Ukrainian hryvnia from state budget. All these activities were conducted with the help and assistance of our partners and our donors. 10 delegations during the wartime, showcasing Ukrainian products worldwide. We're not only asking for help, we can offer a lot to the world. And our brand new program, it's the program called Dual Use Program. This is the program focusing on supporting military tech industries, the industries that will help rebuild and renew Ukraine. We are focusing on defense, infrastructure, cybersecurity, education, and healthcare. It's also, for now, the only state program providing direct finances to the startups, military tech startups, also during the wartime. Several words about the Collision Conference, because it's the opportunity for you and your partners to help Ukrainian startups to showcase their products, to raise the investments, to be visible on the world scene of startups. This year, we arranged the delegation to Collision. 8 Ukrainian startups were selected to participate in Startup Alley. We bring here several Ukrainian IT companies and so on and so forth. And in 2023, we will be here again in Toronto, Collision Conference. And if you want to help Ukrainian startups, you can join us in any role. Just text us on the contacts I will show on the latest slide. But it's a great opportunity to support Ukrainian tech ecosystem. Now a little bit more details about Dual Use Project. So we provide grants to Ukrainian startups for the amount of $35K US. 25K they can spend on their operational needs, and up to 10K they can spend on acceleration services. And here the great news that tomorrow in Ukraine we will have another record, another checkbox, another thing that we can proud of. We will introduce to the Ukrainian ecosystem of military tech startups and any other startups in Ukraine the fast track to the direct state procurement in the military tech. So for now, you will need up to 10 days to get the documentation, to get the certification, to be able to sell directly to military forces. Up to 10 days, not 10 years, not 10 months, 10 days. And this we can implement because of the great cooperation of Ukrainian state bodies, of Ukrainian Startup Fund, of our military tech startups. All this will be implemented on the basis of Ukrainian Startup Fund. So it's very easy to apply, to get the feedback, and then you will get your documentation in 10 days. And this dual use grant support is conducted in cooperation with almost 10 ministries. But the major role here plays the Ministry of Digital Transformation, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Infrastructure, Ministry of Health of Ukraine, and Ministry of Defense. They are all working together with the Ukrainian Startup Fund to choose the best startups that will help Ukraine to rebuild the economy and rebuild the country. Also, we are focusing on deep tech projects. Why deep tech? We don't want to find another marketplace. We don't want to find another SaaS project. We are focusing on that projects. They will bring added value to Ukrainian tech ecosystem. Now we are looking for innovations that are based on science and technology, that are originally from the labs. And in several months or even year, we will introduce the world another unicorns, new unicorns from Ukraine, based on that science and business approach. And here you can also find the logo of Army of Drones. And it's a great story again. We had the first drone hackathon in the world at the end of the summer. And on February 2023, those projects that were selected on that hackathons, just with ideas, they will present their prototypes directly to Ministry of Defense. Just in several months, they run that distance from the idea to prototype. And it's really the great story of cooperation. And it's possible because of war, and it's possible because of talented people that know that they can survive only because of technology and innovations. Here, some other examples of the programs that we have focused on. We are focused on raw materials, food, and health. So basically, all the innovation spheres, all the industries that bring the added value. I think a lot of projects here are presenting something like that, the innovations in food, energy, and so on. And we are ready to support them. We are ready to match them with the appropriate European funds, with the appropriate programs under the umbrella of EIC and EU. It's very easy. You can text us, and you will get that fast track to the relevant donor, VC, international government organization, and so on and so forth. And one more thing, we have the biggest database of Ukrainian startups. 5,000 of Ukrainian startups from different industries on pre-seed, seed stage. Some of them are on the Series A stage for now. And this database is public. You can find these startups on the web page of Ukrainian Startup Fund. You can contact them directly. You can support them. You can invest into them. You can buy their services and products, and so on and so forth. And if you are asking if there are new investments into Ukrainian startups, are some VCs supporting Ukrainian startups? Yes. And here you can find some of them. They believe that Ukraine will win. They believe that it's time to invest into Ukraine. And I have the recommendation for you. It's time to invest into Ukraine. Think forward. When the last Russian soldier on Ukrainian land will die, when the last rocket will be shot down, there will be the line of investors to invest into Ukraine. Be brave and invest in Ukraine now. Thanks.
The first hours of the invasion, full-scale invasion on the 24th of February, was a shock.
It was as sudden as it was brutal and relentless. Ukrainians woke up to find themselves plunged into the midst of war. Explosions and air raid sirens ringing out here in Kyiv and cities across this country.
We all have seen the apocalypse movies. There's a certain genre to it, and it felt exactly like that.
know, like everyone, I was shocked. I was not prepared. For sure, you're preparing something, like, but you never can be ready for such help.
Just 3 days before the invasion, I released the report about the previous year, 2021. And it was like the main idea and the main core title was The Ecosystem is Booming.
The thing is, the external world have not recognized many companies, many teams and many products are being from Ukraine originally because you guys didn't know Ukraine. You didn't know that that's a huge country in the middle of Europe. That's not a post-Soviet something. That's not a corrupted piece of land.
The life has changed and we have realized, unfortunately, if you're losing something, then you realize the value of it. So once we speak to each other with our team, then we realize that the country which we had before the war was a tremendous country. The way we speak to each other, the way we live in that country was just perfect. The convenience, the taste of Ukraine, the beauty of Ukraine. It was tremendous. Now we have, now we have to win. You'll have to cut it.
There were two priorities for the company. First, security of our teammates, because a lot of them were in dangerous places when it all started. And another one is to keep running as a business and not to have our clients, our customers affected.
We don't know how many time do we have ahead of us, but we were like this music band on Titanic. We said to ourselves, we will work till they will send bombs to our house, we will work till the end. And everybody agreed on this, and we just started to work.
Ukrainian IT even grew 23% year over year, even in the times of war. So this is fascinating. I don't know if there's an example anywhere in the world where during the wartime an industry grows almost a quarter.
I believe after this war all the world will know that Ukrainians smart, brave and innovative. A bit crazy, but it's fine. If you're talking about startups being crazy, it's nice.
We don't have to rebuild it. We can make it right from the beginning, the way we understand it. So I think that's a great advantage of making the right things the way we see. And that will be the Ukraine of future. Successful, strong, example to other nations, and remembering and having the heritage about the hard times.
For now, I think everyone in the world knows that Ukrainians is brave